everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of the Hangout Pit, where metal meets everything. I'm Daniel Whitehouse, the CEO of Total Deathcore, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you all here. Whether you're a diehard metalhead, a curious newcomer, or somewhere in between, this is the place for you. So who am I? Well, I've been neck deep in the underground metal scene for the past 15 years. I'm not just a CEO, I'm also a metal vocalist, a marketing expert, and a massive supporter of underground music. On top of all that, I'm a husband and a father of two, which means I've mastered the art of balancing a busy family life with the chaotic world of metal. And when I'm not juggling all that, you can usually find me playing indie and unique multiplayer games. Let me tell you a bit about what you can expect from the Hangout Pit. Our vision here is simple: to create a space where we can discuss everything that makes the metal and hardcore scene so incredible. From in-depth band interviews and music industry tips to chats about movies, books, philosophy, and leadership skills. We're going to cover it all. Our goal is to provide valuable content for both emerging artists and fans, whether you're looking for practical advice to navigate the music industry or just want to hear from your favorite bands. We've got you covered. So let's break down some of the segments you'll hear on the Hangout Pit. First up, band interviews. We'll be talking to bands from all over the world, getting into the nitty-gritty of their music, their journey, and what makes them tick. Expect some incredible stories and insights from these conversations. Next, music industry tips. I've got a background in sales, marketing, and advertising, and I've learned a lot over the years. I'll be sharing practical tips and strategies to help you succeed in the music industry. Then we have subculture topics. This is where we dive into discussions about movies, books, and other elements of subculture that intersect with the metal and hardcore scene. There's a lot to explore, and I can't wait to get into it with you. And finally, philosophy and leadership. Believe it or not, philosophical discussions and leadership skills can be incredibly beneficial for musician and industry professionals. We'll explore these topics and how they apply to our scene. I want this podcast to be as interactive as possible, so I'm encouraging you, the listeners, to send in your questions, topic suggestions, and bands you'd like to hear interviewed. You can find us on social media, and I'll make sure to respond to as many of you as I can. Before we wrap up, I've got a couple of special announcements. We've got some amazing guests lined up for future episodes, and we're planning some live events and Q&A sessions that you won't want to miss. Stay tuned for more details. Thank you so much for joining me on this inaugural episode of the Hangout Pit, where metal meets everything. Remember to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on social media for updates. If you want to support what we're doing, you can donate via Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon. You can discover more on Total Deathcore. Stay tuned to Total Deathcore for the latest updates on underground culture and extreme underground music. From metal to hardcore, we bring you detailed reviews, exclusive interviews, and in-depth analysis of music videos and song lyrics. Dive deeper into the underground scene with us and support the artists pushing the boundaries of metal and hardcore. Join our community. We have a mailing list, so stay updated with the latest news, reviews, and exclusive content by joining our mailing list. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode of The Hangout Pit, where metal meets everything.